Jill Biden was giving awards for International Women's Day. And there ain't no international woman quite like a dude. All the best ladies are men these days. And so on International Women's Day, Jill Biden gave the International Women of Courage Award to a man. This man's name is Alba Rueda. That is a man who identifies as a woman. He is the Special Envoy for Sexual Orientation and Gender Identity in Argentina, and the country's first trans-identifying politician to hold a senior governmental position. According to the State Department, DailyWire reports the award is meant for, quote, extraordinary women from around the world who are working to build a brighter future for all. Now, this is, in fact, an extraordinary woman. She's extraordinary, by which I mean she is a he. Rueda is a transgender activist and has long pushed woke politics in Argentina, which includes the Transgender Labor Quota Act, which would require 1% of all public sector jobs in the entire nation to be staffed by people who identify as transgender. Well, good luck with that one. That's going to go amazing in like the firefighting industry. Rueda also served as Argentina's Undersecretary for Diversity Policies in the Ministry of Women, Gender, and Diversity, as well as founding the group Argentina Trans Women. The diplomat has also campaigned to change the name of the National Women's Conference to the Plurinational Conference of Women and Lesbian, Crossdresser, Transsexual, Bisexual, Intersex, and Non-Binary Persons, which is rather unwieldy. I mean, I feel like that's a little longer. I don't even know what the acronym there would be. Here was a little bit of the award ceremony for a man.
In Argentina, Alba Rueda is a transgender woman who was kicked out of classrooms, barred for sitting for exams, refused job opportunities, subjected to violence, and rejected by her family.
Oh, Dr. Jill is so happy.
But in the face of these challenges, she worked to end violence and discrimination against the LGBTQI+
kissing that dude.
in Argentina.
Yeah. So much international courage. Wow. Just insane levels of international courage for the women who are not, in fact, women. So much going on International Women's Day. It's one of the most exciting days of the year for pretty much no one. But it's one of those things where we're all supposed to pretend. We all wear the ribbon, right? It's International Women's Day, so we all must, like Kramer in Seinfeld, if you don't wear the International Women's Day ribbon, it's because you hate women. Don't you? Don't you? Okay, so in celebration of International Women's Day, The View kicked off International Women's Day by doing what they do best, attacking the Catholic Church. Yes, Whoopi Goldberg, when she is not declaring that Jews are white people, so when they're slaughtered by the Nazis, that's not actual racism, she's attacking the Catholic Church on International Women's Day.
Welcome to The View. So, The View today is International Women's Day. And the Pope, recently said equal opportunities for women are the key to a better world.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where are the female priests?
Listen, did I write this for him?
Well,
did I write this?
No.
This is what he said.
I'm only asking.
Where are the female priests? Do you mean nuns? Are you referring to nuns, Joy? These morons. Oh my God. Now the cackling hyena-like laughter over at The View. Good times. The Pope said that, got to rip on the Pope. By the way, he's your Pope. Okay, let's be real about this. The Pope is on the left. The Pope loves all your social values, and you guys are like ripping on him. Oh, goodness gracious. We're going to get to more on this in just a second. First, let's talk about something that is rather hard to talk about, and that is the fact that everybody needs life insurance. You need life insurance. I need life insurance. We all need life insurance. I have lots of money on my head. My life insurance policy is really robust, but that's because I thought about this as a responsible human. Many people have not. And God forbid something should happen to you, you need to make sure your family is taken care of. This is why you need Policy Genius. Policy Genius makes it easy to compare life insurance quotes from top companies and find your lowest price. With Policy Genius, you can find life insurance policies that start at just $25 per month for $1 million in coverage. Some options offer coverage in as little as a week and avoid those unnecessary medical exams. Policy Genius's licensed agents can help you find coverage options in as little as a week. They work for you, not the insurance companies, which means they don't have an incentive to recommend one insurer over another, so you can trust their guidance. There are no added fees. Your personal information remains private. Your loved ones deserve a financial safety net, and you deserve a smarter way to find and buy it. Head on over to policygenius.com/Shapiro or click the link in the description. Get your free life insurance quotes. See how much you could save. Again, that's policygenius.com/Shapiro, policygenius.com/Shapiro. It's just the responsible thing to do. Get the life insurance you need. Make sure your family is taken care of. I've done it. You should do it as well. Get the life insurance you need. Policygenius.com makes it easy. Policygenius.com/Shapiro. Now, if you run a business, simple fact of the matter is that you probably have had a rough few years. I mean, between the inflation and between COVID and between the lockdowns, and now we're going to go into a period of stagnation, if you overpaid money to the federal government, which Joe Biden is then going to waste, you might want to try to claw that back before it is gone. Right now, there is the opportunity to get back a payroll tax rebate of up to $26,000 per employee if your business has 5 or more employees and also managed to survive COVID. It's not a loan. There's no payback. It's a refund on taxes you shouldn't have paid in the first place. The challenge is how do you get your hands on it? Well, getrefunds.com can make it happen for you. Their team of tax attorneys are highly trained in this little-known payroll tax refund program. They've already returned $1 billion to businesses, and they can help you as well. They do all the work, no charge up front, simply share a percentage of the cash they get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those who took PPP, nonprofits, even those who had increases in sales. Just go to getrefunds.com, click on Qualify Me, answer a few quick questions. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited amount of time, so don't miss out. Go to getrefunds.com. Again, that's getrefunds.com. If you're a business, been having a tough time, and you paid too much in money to the federal government, see if you can get some of it back. Go to getrefunds.com, click on Qualify Me, answer a few questions today. One thing that I will note here is that the same people who are decrying the Catholic Church and religion generally as repressive to women, they seem to ignore the fact that women are less happy now than they were in the 1970s. By all available polling data, women now, freer, more involved in the economy, more liberated, significantly less happy. Maybe it's because many of the traditional mores of society were quite good for women. And it turns out that women are still lagging. According to the Washington Post, quote, more women than ever are single, a new report says. And that has significant implications for the U.S. economy. That might actually have significant implications for, women themselves. Forget about the economy. If more women are single than ever, just going to put it out there. People don't like being single. All these sort of TV shows rooted in the idea that being single is wonderful and lovely. Not by poll data, it ain't. People who are single are significantly less happy than people who are married. And yet we are a society that promotes singlehood and denigrates marriage and suggests that traditional institutions are bad and suggests that women are essentially doing themselves a grave injustice if they have children at a young age. And instead, what they really should do is they should slave away at 2,200 billable hours a year as an associate at a law firm until they're about 40, beyond their prime, and then try IVF. And then we're like, that's what an international woman's all about, man, is turning women into basically androgynous caricatures of effeminate men. That is what the left would like. That is what the secularist left would like, apparently, is you take away the thing that makes most women, i.e. getting married and having children. You take those things away from them, and then that will make them the happiest they have ever been. There's only one problem. There is no data to support that anywhere on earth. That is not correct. It just does not exist that way. Okay, the fact of the matter is that married women are happier than single women. Women with kids generally are happier than women who don't have kids. And if you see the number of women who are now hitting the age beyond which they can normally get pregnant and looking around and saying, oh, I made some bad decisions over the course of the last 20 years thanks to the feminist movement. Again, you guys turned yourself into, it's so funny, all the same people who celebrate International Women's Day and then decry on International Women's Day that women are being paid less in the workplace also hate the capitalist system that they are feeding by essentially suggesting that all value ought to be measured in terms of a woman's economic power outside the home. According to the Washington Post, single women who are postponing marriage or foregoing it altogether are a growing economic force, accounting for a larger share of growth in the job market, home ownership, and college degrees, according to an analysis of federal data. But while decades of changing norms around marriage and work have empowered women to carve their own paths, a stubborn wage gap continues to keep many women, especially single mothers, from enjoying the same economic gains as single men and married couples. Well, hold up. Single mothers are not the same thing as single men and married couples, I notice, because single mothers have children. And if they're not inside of a married couple, it turns out that they have to split their time. Marriage, and you undermine all the fundamental institutions of society. And on International Women's Day, you're like deriding religion the way the view is. And then you wonder why people are having a rough time. But what is International Women's Day really about for the media? For the media, International Women's Day is about suggesting that women still are not being provided equality of rights in the United States. And so we have a bevy of left-wing kind of aspects of this particular argument that made themselves present yesterday. You have an article in the New York Times called "More Black Women Run for Office, but Prospects Fade the Higher They Go." By the way, that is true of literally everyone. Lots of white dudes run for office. Their prospects fade also the higher they go because there are fewer positions to fill. The current vice president of the United States is the vice president only because she is a black woman. She has no other qualifications that would make her appropriate for the office. There are a bunch of other female senators who are better than she was. There were some black senators who are better than she was. But she was the only black female who was on the list, and they needed a black female, so it was Kamala Harris. She was the one who it was going to be. Really amazing stuff from the New York Times. Again, International Women's Day, black women hit hardest. Well, The rest of the show is continuing right now. You're not going to want to miss it. We will be getting into the mailbag. If you're not a member, become a member. Use code Shapiro. Check out for 2 months free on all annual plans. Click the link in the description and join us.